For your mama kwaba about a fast sports so a 5 TV. Emrason say ye day I could do one sem. The cook call Brahma ye day a brem. As usual, I mean your kidua. And they are good demon sem papa and a day hey niji sem naba. Sidi be a cano. Sarah now a jebu, a ja enya abawi. They are waiting no, they are hot. They are over. You come say Asante Kotoko. What the supporters were waiting for. Abba Budu has a folk. What the supporters were chanting for. Ne Ababa Budu. Nina and say, finally, said to say, Afi Wabe has a folk edia. Samsona Isaac Minta. Got the supporters are any more chapa. And the Isaac Minta. So abeka kotoko ensa na yede mu details no ebebram nema rure mu nyina contract no nema wuwu nema edile eye deals ni nyina na yede ni nyina ebeba na before then sene de bia ye no ebedi kan akwa amano ne emi ogidi ebebo ama yede eye fixtures a ewo ho ewo weekend we no wo de beba Ibu Premier League, Ibu Spanish La Liga, Ibia na afi ya befi near the league number 2 so. If you so weekends we run so ibekoso GPO no ebekoso kotoko ebohum has eko samates development bay na free mu eba ni nyina ye sa latest development ni ye de ni nyina ebeba na Gideon tama memo akwaba ejo chama ansana memo akasam na me catch the tifo say omunku Facebook de be no man de djuma omunku Facebook a FAB TV search engine no obo FAB TV FAB TV obo ehwa na wa follow ejumedia yedi o like page na wasan share page ni say de be ya onwa eso benya bi ahwe sanso na ejumedia o be say hu YouTube and also search engine on obo FABGH FABTVGH FAB TVGH obo shekwa and also so subscribe wa obe share na fi one like page no and Gideon chairman yimuru ran se minimo na efa de wo ma etifo
okay chairman ene shase ana said e odi kaka no ye jetifo se o monko Facebook ni YouTube ni so na FAB TV and FAB TVGH page no Omon like no mon share na program no munu aso nya bi hwe chama na ye shase a ye shase entente men free the NBA said the be ye shase ni rare near the be football nya homachi matches bi ba so Detroit Pistons omot na ho my team friend Indiana Pacers, that is Real Carolina and Mountain Kuchom 111 to 100 and pay master homachi master na LED Indiana Pacers with 28 points. Pascal Siakam so 26 points. Tim Hardaway so junior so nya 25 points and Kid Cunningham and so nya 20 points ho Chairman Ahomachi Thales Halibert and drop 17 points. Washington Wizards Etinefi Elusu 123 to 130 to Phoenix Suns and Papa friend Mike Badin Hosa and Manteno almost 80 mitcha or Ahomachi Omo lead scorer near Devin Booker and I said the book on also 37 points or home. Hermanti Bite Kevin Durant Grace Nallen Kevin Durant 23 points and Grace Nallen 21 points. Chairman if you are near Remo the big the big game course on that is teams Minuana Omukra almost identical head to head. The most informed teams in the West and the East. That is Oklahoma City Thunder from the West and team of friend Cleveland Cavaliers from the East. Game the berry, now ended 134 to 114 in favor of Oklahoma City Thunder. And I say OKC. Ahomachin Shea Gilgis Alexander. Drop 40 points or home. Luke Dots drop 22 points. Darius Garland 20 points or Jalen Williams 19 points. Jarrett Allen 13 points. Hona Omdidi Sosa or Inti currently say Kasei Omunina in terms of wins and losses na pe omabo the same matches omo the same points we at Cleveland Cavaliers top the Eastern Conference and Oklahoma City Thunder so top the Western Conference. Portland Trail Blazers chance Billups and the Rams and almost at now or Emma Los Angeles Clippers who say Los Angeles Clippers and answer the Clips after Sekao High Leonard and answer Kahad Leonard de Bayano. Games of my boy now blow out or medical blow team friend Brooklyn Nets out. No massa blow. Portland Trail Blazers so out 118 to 89 home. Nina Krashan so some born away from home. Ahomachi omamo LED scoring Banton 23 points, Norma Powell Esunya 23 points, Lalas James had 19 points and DeAndre Ayton so Terrence Mann Munna Edidi so ho chairman ye if you are near call Sacramento na Sacramento Kings etwa team a friend Houston Rockets 132 to 127 ho enti Udoka ne Mranti no makolu so Sacramento Kings they are back in form. Chairman ye ahomachin omomlidi scoring ne wo Adama DeRozan former San Antonio Spurs in Chicago Bulls a small forward no drop 33 points. Abante friend Jalen Green so drop 28 points. Malik Monk 26 points. Apron Shengun so 21 points. Damanta Sabonis so drop 20 points and Abante friend Amen Thompson so drop 20 points chairman De'Aaron Fox so munyina edidi so ho ye behe ahmachi matches a ebekọ so na ya hwekwesi ada so matches no so bekọ so the NBA nima Boston Celtics ebet na TD Gardens atwen Jamal Mosley ni Orlando Magic na nyame adoma ahmachi 12 am Tom Thibodeau ni New York Knicks so ebet twen papa friend Chris Finch ni Minnesota Timberwolves no so 12:30 Chicago Bulls so any Charlotte Hornets 1 a.m. Miami Heat so any team friend Denver Nuggets so 1 a.m. Milwaukee Bucks so any Toronto Raptors 1 a.m. and team friend New Orleans Pelicans any team friend Utah Jazz for this season so 1 a.m. Dallas Mavericks so OKC and Oklahoma City Thunder so 1:30 a.m. and San Antonio Spurs and so any team friend Memphis Grizzlies so 2:30. Los Angeles Lakers so need team friend Brooklyn Nets 3:30 and Detroit Pistons so nyame adoma akwesi memende anumre na se we dey mekanya memende ahomache memende anumre no omo need team friend Phoenix Suns de bebo ani nyame adoma 9 p.m. Nyame adoma Sunday ahomache no Boston Celtics ni Atlanta Hawks so de bebo ani 12 a.m. Indiana Pacers so need team friend Philadelphia 76ers so 12 a.m. Intinese Papa Rekala and Nickness Omina former NBA champions. Steve Kerr in the Golden State Warriors in the Washington Wizards and Miadon 12 and 1:30 p.m. at Chase Center. Minnesota Timberwolves in Cleveland Cavaliers so 2 o'clock a.m. Portland Trail Blazers in Houston Rockets at 3 a.m. Miami Heat any team friend San Antonio Ebeba so Miadman Monday Sunday numere and Orlando Magic so Denver Nuggets 11 p.m. Miadman Sunday no enyumre chairman free on yemrem football na emfa football matches a eba so ene fiede ene nyame adoma ochena memenda ne kwesi eda ne emfa ma etiefo a chairman ye sha say French Liga anim team friend Montpellier omo she team friend AS Monaco by 2-1 very shocking scoreline giving some Monaco kwa na senya first goal through Abrante friend Thilo Kehrer enya first goal no former West Ham defender no enya first goal Lille Metropole so ebeti she OGC ni senti enumere die na ye to twede kan hu na man in the French league so we share first goal Abelu Sofiane Diop enya first goal ne my team efenum Nice ena team Abrante efenum Herasan so enya that is a equalizer my team efenum Lille Metropole ena Bafode de Akite so enya the winner no my team efenum Lille Metropole ewo ho chairman Romania ahwe matches na ewo French Liga no nyame adoma ebeba so that is memenda ne question dana ye shasia ne ye shasia every that is RC Lons any team a friend PH beba so memenda 4 p.m. team a friend start running so bet na fia after breast no so nyame adoma 6 p.m. memenda na na memenda na 8 p.m. Olympic Lyon et na fi ato ne nsa after Toulouse ho nyame adoma kwese de 2 p.m. Saint-Étienne Nantes Start Dreams so any Le Havre 4:15 p.m. and Stade Angers so any OSEI 4:15 p.m. Olympic Marseille so any Strasbourg 7:45 p.m. ewo ho nyame adoma kwese da no chama if you are yenhwe omulik standings na yenhwe de odika Paris Saint-Germain after 17 round of games we drop just 8 points or 43 points. Marseille 36 points. Lille Metropole 32 points. AS Monaco 31 points on about 18 games and Nice 30 points about 18 games. Olympic Lyon Tosunsia 28 points. Chairman top scorer chart Mason Greenwood 11 goals. Jonathan David 11 goals. Osman Dembele 10 goals. Bradley Barcola and so Asher 10 goals. Chairman if you free French Liga and you any enche Germany and match kesi bi toja. Antran Frankfurt Dino Top Molani Nuri Shahin utirikeka matese papa bia na nse na adwuma ball no Trafford opo adwuma na enti chase keka ho Hugo Ekitike enya first goal man Antran Frankfurt ewo ho na second goal no so Abrante friend Rasmus Højlund ni nua keto friend Oscar Højlund and the second goal no eso Osman Antran Frankfurt she team friend Borussia Dortmund BVB by 2 goals to 0 Dino Top Mola ashe Nuri Shahin wo ho chairman yenhwe fixtures beba so nyame adoma memenda no 2:30 p.m. Stuttgart and Freiburg and also a very big game. Bayern Munich and also any Wolfsburg 2:30 p.m. na Heidenheim and St. Pauli. Bochum any team of RB Leipzig 2:30 p.m. hosting Hoffenheim so 2:30 p.m. And the biggest game over the weekend no a team I friend no Bayer Leverkusen any team I friend Borussia Mönchengladbach na and also nyame adma 5:30 memenda no kwesi da Union Berlin any Mainz 05 ho nyame adma 2:30 and Werder Bremen and Augsburg so nyame adma 4:30 kwesi da no inti Baku 2:30 na Baku 4:30 here almost standings now Bayern Munich after 71 of games of 42 points team FN Bayer Leverkusen 38 points Eintracht Frankfurt and maybe not that second year about also third or about 18 matches or 36 points. RB Leipzig got 30 points. Stuttgart 29 points and a Mainz 05 so 28 points. Menan for football home go social with 9 points. Chama my top scorers chart na Abrante FN Hurricane Edos 16 goals. Omar Mu 15 goals or join team FN Manchester City or and Jonathan Borka so ashe 12 goals and a Patrick Schick also ashe 11 goals. Tim Klein Destiny who go eketike mu nyina 9 goals a didi so ho any Abrante FN Jamal Musiala nyina didi so with 9 goals so ho. Chairman if Germany dey ni ewremu that is Italian Serie A ne ahwe and game back to Echo so Stadio Olimpico. AS Roma very difficult to beat at home. Almost a team friend in Genoa by 3-1 Atem Dobbik nya go ni bo Stefan Eshari enya go ni bo and a 1 own goal so Echo so ho. Chairman ye share matches beba so nyame adoma memenda na team friend Bologna bet na Roberto De Lara any team friend Monza dia boy ni nyame adoma 2 p.m. Juventus so bet na the Juventus Arena na Allianz Arena any team friend AC Milan dia boy ni nyame adoma 5 p.m. Atalanta BC so bet na fi any team friend SSC Napoli e dia boy ni that is the Giri Stadium Atalanta nyame adoma 7:45 p.m. Fiorentina nyame adma kwesi dan 11:30 obet na Artemio Franchi any team friend Torino di abo enim Cagliari so ebet na Sardinia no any team friend Lecce di abo eni 2 p.m. Parma so ne Venezia di bebo eni nyame adma 2 p.m. Verona so any team friend Lazio eno no nyame adma 5 p.m. na ese papa friend Marco Baroni will come back to Verona. Team friend Inter Milan so any team friend Empoli nyame adma 7:45 p.m. and Francesco Fabregas ene Costa Rangers so Como any team e friend Udini e de bebo eni nyame adoma 7:45 pm eno no dwada wo ho chairman e league standings na Napoli 20 points after 20 round of games or 47 points. Inter Milan after 19 matches or outstanding or 44 points. Atalanta 43 points. Lazio 36 points. Juventus 34 points. Fiorentina about 19 games or no 32 points, and AC Milan so 31 points or Russia say Monza next time Juma Bonio no 13 points. Venezia 14 points, and Cagliari and so 18 points ho. Chairman e home top scorers chart na Abrante FM Matthew Etegi we Prabat na Ogusu Edika ho recently no return ya beshe goal, that is Atalanta ni Juventus esi akan no. Abrante FM wa 13 goals, Marcus Thuram 12 goals, Moise Kean 11 goals, and Ademola Lookman 9 goals, na Romelu Menama Lukaku Bolingoli so 7 goals. On Abrante FM Atemdov Bekene Lautaro Martinez na Tati Castellanos omnyina 7 goals, omdidi so Dusan Vlahovic munyina was a list no emu. Chairman if you are na yediani that is the Spanish La Liga no so ya matches match course and that is a nefia day team a friend Espanyol team my friend Real Valladolid by 2-1 ho and Yiremu or Memenda Yami Adma or China Memenda matches ebeba so team my friend Hirona Yami Adma 1 p.m. on it my friend Sevilla Ede Boyani Lehanes any team my friend Atletico Madrid so Ede Bebo any Real Betis so any team my friend Alaves Bebo any Yami Adma 5:30 p.m. Ewo Benito Villamarin Ewo Coliseo Afonso Perez and so no team my friend Getafe ni Barcelona de Bebo any Yami Adma 8 p.m. Kwesi da Celta Vigo ebet na Banca Baledo send team my friend Athletic Bilbao de abo any Yami Adma 1 p.m. Real Madrid so any team my friend Las Palmas de Bebo any Yami Adma 3:15 p.m. Kwesi da na 5:30 p.m. Osasuna any team my friend Real Vallecano na Valencia so ebet na fi any team my friend Real Sociedad de abo any Yami Adma 8 p.m. na Ejuada so BRL so at na fi e Ceramica oni team my friend Mallorca de abo any Yami Adma 8 p.m. ho. Chairman yen free yen hwe almost standings na yen hwe di Udika Atletico Madrid 44 points after 19 round of games. Real Madrid so 43 points. Barcelona 38 points. Team friend Athletic Bilbao 36 points. BRL 30 points, and Mallorca so 30 points. Ohwe asiewa team friend Alaves, Real Valladolid and Valencia and omuguso da asieho. Chairman if you are near the that is the English Premier League no emu ho, the most exciting league in the world, and I said the most enterprising league in the world no the new ho. Na me aduma fixtures ne be shase dame menda early kick-off ebinya akoso ewo 12:30 p.m. Newcastle betna St James any team friend Bournemouth de aboani, two of the most informed sides of Premier League in the boani no. Brentford so any team friend Liverpool de boani nyame aduma 3 p.m. Leicester City betna Kempani Fulham de aboani nyame aduma 3 p.m. West Ham so betna London Stadium or Esone Crystal Palace de aboani nyame aduma 3 p.m. Arsenal so Emirates on Aston Villa nyame aduma 5:30 p.m. Nyame aduma Kwesi da 2 p.m. Everton it na good listen David Moyes ene papa efre no nyame aduma David Moyes ene Tottenham ewo ho papa efre na Ange Postecoglou nyame aduma 2 p.m. so Manchester United ene Brighton and Hove Albion. Nottingham Forest so ene Southampton nyame aduma 2 p.m. ena 4:30 p.m. no Ipswich Town ene Manchester City wo ho. Ena nyame aduma mem Ejuada so no na 8 p.m. team friend Chelsea any Wolves edi aboani Stamford Bridge. After 21 round of matches, Liverpool no leader no about 20 games or 47 points. Arsenal about 21 games or 43 points. Nottingham Forest 41 points. Newcastle 38 points. Chelsea of 37 points and Manchester City 35 points. Or Manchester United or more just 26 points or more than 12. Ena ohwe asiewa Southampton was 6 points, Leicester 14 points, and Ipswich Town so 16 points ho. Chairman if you are na ye ni top scorers chart nim na ya hwede odi kan Mohamed Salah so 18 goals, Erling Haaland was 16 goals, Alexander Isak 15 goals, Cole Palmer 14 goals, and Brian Mbeumo so 13 goals. On your branch friend Chris Wood, Joan Wissa so 11 goals, and Matheus Cunha so 10 goals. Chairman. TFA and inche stories make rounds where Europe no na yemfa amano nensem no enkopem ewo ho. Ye sha say free the NBA nim na ya share stories free the NBA nim eba. Ye sha say every team my friend Philadelphia 76ers. Philadelphia 76ers center oboma the US national team and as the US basketball team no free Cameroon and Kavna and say mo na fans for permanent beba omono. Omodi atudwa say abante friend Joel Embiid Philadelphia 76ers communication amenya aye dia to afidie no so meti for mo hwe bi ne say nikoto dwe no ahono say pose ma nyame adoma games edidi enim best 6 games here Philadelphia 76ers for ba omunti ontimi ensi akan ne bi afiwe afia Joel Embiid wa brave pa ofi 4 games na wa Messi out na osaba or work out our sepra no nti enwish Joel Embiid speedy recovery or Anthony Edwards so na said I'm doing ho asem to dwa say ya sa fine no isa ne kasa bi okokan wa sa akoto bomb biem we football man ke asem kese pa o say team e friend Minnesota Timberwolves almost starting 5 no omo lack energy na omo modern ball former kopem say omo ye bench no on say NBA 5 players and starting until or say starting 5 no omo modern ball former kopem say omo dey bench for no na say omo mo bench no ebeba beboa omo and statistically asem ya okay no kre Osimranti bi say Onoa and that is Anthony Davis Anthony Edwards now or shooting guard no ka hom Abrante or point guard e friend Dante Vincenzo or ka hom JD McDaniels or power forward or ka hom Julius Randle small forward or ka hom ena a 4-time defensive player of the year or center Rudy Gobert so ka hom also mbet mako money to say the last season. And as a future mom ko NBA finals na agise omo peja omo modern bom ewo ho chairman yemfi on yemro mu ewo football so a papa friend Thiago Motta isi ade onya confirm say Randa Kolomwani Juventus player na ade hold deal ni up chairman the number of players are PSG dia Kolo na ye de cap atoso isa maybe Chelsea juma na odi ntino ma sesi a ne memu akoye den say omo betima complete deal no ba document ni na ye almost signed Abrante friend Randa Kolomwani ne amene o kase ye hu clear say Juventus na obekom na no na amanfo ebusa se ene na ebede na Abrante ni move no finally I certain ena mene papa friend Luis Campos our sporting director ma PSG ena Cristiano Guintoli di nkomo no say the omenkanche Juventus ni PSG fans na so mon koma komanto omyem deal no ebeba so ebeba so they are not worried at all until Luis Campos and Cristiano Guintoli ena da so no amene omtwetwe nkomo de omde tudwane no Bournemouth akwasan Chelsea 19-year-old Zenzel Koduberry from Chelsea or a former under 17 player. Emma that is the England national team no under 17 level no and a team friend Bournemouth akwa sign wo ho uti Abrante na do this mo say ohunu say Bournemouth ye team obenya chance a Chelsea na Abrante bebre make your debut to Bournemouth until de nani a Bournemouth no papa friend Paulo Scaroni ni buofu papa yo da so ni buofu na asem nyaane so wo Marcus Rashford o de na ebe team AC Milan the betu just say omo pa Abrante friend Marcus Rashford na Paulo Scaroni American asemi a o dey fidie so he says on ye team friend AC Milan omo president and Abrante friend is Zlatan Ibrahimovic a convince papa ne say yemfa Marcus Rashford demra na obo beba be boa yen asha say na papa ne convinced if we say team my friend that is AC Milan or more cap when it comes to non-EU players in him say Abrante friend Marcus Rashford or Britain so it's embrace it inti onye UK ni onye European Union player na more chance of the one player pen beba between Oneka Walker and Zlatan Ibrahimovic convince papa man and adwen say any emfa Marcus Rashford demra ni efre Marcus Rashford or the ene ochna Emma ni nua sign the agent ane AC Milan akoshia still na nkomo nsi Abrante ne stole senka onya Barcelona nka ho na opese oko amase si ankomo amididi the free AC Milan say AC Milan decided some the Manchester City a right back come along 7 right back I friend Kyle Walker emom ene beba nti nkomo a medidi che saa EU slot ba akọ na aka no abrante fe ne ka o ka na ne nsa beka ena ade ansa ama kushwa for them almost so ma dwe ntem that is abrante aka ode nani eche RB Leipzig no wa okafo okofeli medicals because of injury no nti ama kushwa for due to AC Milan no metima confirm ya ma o say off sisia ewo ho team e friend Borussia Dortmund na say very likely say Marcus Rashford beko na papa friend Diego Pablo Simeone na emibusa ne say papa na no a game e call so that is in the Copa del Rey no penalty anka team e friend Celta Vigo fo nya na ya anya momo o say gidi kwanu tum na wo ade we yo see area football mu pa ma Real Madrid na say referee say di ball ama Real Madrid mu sisi team bia ma Real Madrid there ono Diego Simeone wa beji atum say e ka brabo o Spain ho o say coach o Spain na say status quo o Spain no e ka ho na enye ne nwanwa say bibisa ebesi na de bia no decision bia ekoye bia no e come team e friend Real Madrid ho papa e friend Domenico Tedesco me ya en say Belgium for mo chusu Thibaut Courtois over Domenico Tedesco o manya apam no sisi apa na adwuma abo no nti the Italian German no sisi Domenico Tedesco oni adwuma wo ho chairman David Villa Sanchez on sisi football no dia be we kaka na metoche na say David Villa football memra na obo no emrante be pa na usi onu omusi aka woni je pa abrante no anwene ho kwa no say abrante fe no Ronaldo de Assis Moreira anase Ronaldinho Gaucho ono ne abrante ane na niche ne ho pa se oni ni besi akan o se abrante fe Luis Nazario da Lima so abrante ano no so oni ni si akan a hu clearly se abrante no omommode mon wo so na brebi ono mbesi akan bia no e ma ne boaboa no so ono mbesi akan enso be wi achi no na ese ne man koyi o se from the time at Real goes a ebesi Valencia na so ne sa abrante ebesi akan a na gini giye pa enso be wi achi no na aye defeat ewo ho papa bi na adwuma ball no Manchester United fans kai papa yi pass footballer na se coach Ole Gunnar Solskjaer na essence olusu na adwuma in 2021 ewo Manchester United no na onye adwuma bi anyeye Besiktas for akwa papa e friend Ole Gunnar Solskjaer ama no 1 year job into Ole ne da so no na Ole so ye ba fetimi go me celebration ni bio mean to me enchre you run Manchester City transfer window Manchester medical dia betu dwa so my so better 4 players na 4 players no abrante fan Victor Ruiz aba na abrante fan Abdul de Kosanov aba na omasa so agree Omar Mush abrante amate say Pep Guardiola person de ne ba na say abrante fan Andrea Cambiaso Juventus for right back now left footed no 24-year-old former Genoa player and why not just order the beba. No matter say a boy Juventus has started quoting around 70 million euros. And this papa ni betu ade Andrea Cambiaso abano. Ni nyina papa friend Pep Guardiola and papa betu say tiki budget mo so betu ya.
Ye Guardiola nye yon ye kind of home sisi stories na kana say inside that.
Ketwe
you kind of home sisi na fa dia kana to aso mai. To aso mai.
Say ye Andrea Cambiaso de ndi achama na de to aso ameti for Eduardo Camavinga Mabenda ye nyine hu say team finish Celta Vigo ne Real Madrid Copa del Rey match na Brante no ekonya femoral biceps injury wo ho into a muscle injury de ne be konchen for 3 weeks into obe mese Real Madrid games ebi wo ho into Eduardo Camavinga Real Madrid game on Las Palmas but meet ma confirm ya ma say oye out na Brante bi maybe e be kana say e be kana asem ha na asem ye me yi pa o relation amani me ya ne se papa friend Carlo Ancelotti na setting up to fail na ne nanya ka abo Santiago Bernabeu beti ani who but say the footballers so mo tire no ne colleagues a oni omusi akan bi say Vinicius Junior mo aba be support no emra okoposti say what doesn't kill you one fa make it stronger na so yin nim say na no person de so nti Vinicius Junior mo enyina akota na chi wo Instagram na say IG wo ho Barcelona so chairman nti amenya ne say utimi fotimo ro ka wa beti omo stadium that is a new Camp Nou na omo si no Barcelona na dwen say eda obibia no 11th May chairman 11th onim game ekoso classico enti team friend Real Madrid ombe Real Camp Nou akoti stadium na Barcelona ya ba dwen say kiane ken ombe ombeti stadium na no ewo ho Arsenal mate say almost pe Abrante friend LY call team e friend no ma say ni nyam fasa 30 matches wa share just 3 goals and I say Abrante friend ne small pie kwa eboja no enti Arsenal papa friend Mikel Arteta strikers na opom na apart from Benjamin Sesko no I dey no ho nsem betu dwa echi no papa friend Mikel Arteta eso ehwe LY say ono so betimi aye backup say Benjamin Sesko de na ama so a Abrante tama no Montpellier na Arsenal ni dinachi oko Arsenal so share Arsenal nya in the Champions League na no mani dinachi ye hwese de eno so besi akọ ho Chelsea ena mebo pini papa Fernando Maresca na mebu sanse papa yi Abrante friend ko pa ma ye nyina ye yate se o muscle injury na sen city no se Gideon de ote no kwe your training session ye chatwa ye dey prepare for that is Wolves game never born on Monday no Abrante friend that is Kopama anti-man training. So there's a higher chance Abrante no team in Siakan. Papa Enzo Maresca say Abrante friend Levi Ko so kan Abrante friend Enzo Fernandez so kan and Abrante friend Romeo Lavio munye intimi in Siakan. It's a four players radio. Metima confirm ya say I nyame aduma e was Stamford Bridge against Wolves and Rani and Humranti we. Chairman asem kese bi koso e that is team friend Barcelona. Abrante friend Victor Roque and I'm maybe a Barcelona eco sign from that is Brazil Edenebay. Na guest effort na de ko Susan Anderson led by Ogi papa friend Ogi Mendes. Sa transfer no mo bon mu ye pa na maybe a chairman na de ko scout my team friend Barcelona or South America area no or suggest Abrante friend Victor Roque those days Matteo Alemani emo rejected sa deal no na eno na finally Abrante ni ebesi akanma Barcelona na papa friend Victor Font chama on say controversial Victor Font wasaka ne ho biem o se sa deal no osusu say cutbacks ebi koso de ko Susan Des na jijiji skebia na ni kwai so ogite sense bi na maybe etoto Sandro Rosa me because of transfers no chairman de ko Susan Des na bufu aba also the papa friend Victor Font ebe court if you say asema o kase no ne Abrante friend Victor Roque agent ono kwa Victor Roque no nye na agent Abrante no nye agent friend Andre Curie ene ne ya make kase kwa Andre Curie ne guso Abrante friend Victor Roque agent wo ho chairman obi assign menya sure say football mo bi assign contract ntin say that chairman what a 10-year contract of football mo da for between a team ni player the first time I'm at Bini team my friend Manchester City almost strike a friend Ellen brought Haaland or mama a 10 years contract. Now chairman details of 10 years contract me be breaking it down at TF4 na at TF4 who say 10 years from now then 2025 there be chairman 2034 na omasa so the omaye say deal no mo dey akọ back to the summer to ma backdate deal no enti sika kakra sika nke so mutuama Ellen Haaland this season no almost abetua 3.2 I said the acheche for na Benjamin for kwaje back pay no and we be pepe na team e Manchester City etua sika de na the man say yan so almost graduating from £375,000 to £500,000 every Friday nyame adoma Ellen Brotala no akwa egu ni boto no ne yere ne ba na omo akwa di wo ho na ye breaking the contract ne down Abrante no in the space of 10 years no obeji 260 million team e friend Manchester City wo British pounds afibi obeji 26 million pounds bosume bi obeji 2,166,666 pounds na ochi bia 500,000 pounds Edebia 71,428 pounds. Don sheba kubia anasa 1 hour bia no. Abrante no ebeji 2,974 pounds ewo ho. Ena ye free don ye free edebia so de na yenhwe nyame adoma sima anasa 1 minute bia no obeji 49.60 pounds. Ena second bia no na say watch na bo na je ka bia no what say Ellen Haaland any 82 pence ewo ho 82 pence to say fancy ba Ghana ka ye pesos no ye coins no ewo ho na chama on say na say na niam nko ma Manchester City enti amenya ne say ekomfie no munie papa friend Pep Guardiola Iceland ye friend Christina Serra a wenya mfie aduonunum a o matena mfie aduasan yi chairman mamene free to go friend Manchester Market na Barcelona na kwata di twa to kwa na maame ne se aware no kwa wonanto aso nware biem aware a omoye ne civil marriage ana so omde ko mram the year 2014 no maame ne se aware no nware biem ma nipa be Guardiola se enye se ba akwa fa ba akwa echi ne omontem na atete no ene Pep Guardiola decision say obesign contract in December no ena maame na adwen so ne Pep Guardiola entena biem na ohwe maame ya maame wanyini fimfie aduonum de enso ne ho afeye pa producer be metie for I enjoy maame ne wo ho ti me friend Borussia Dortmund ne ma nkoyi oma friend ti me friend Brentford ene oma sinkonya asan so afre abrante friend Kevin Schade ne agent ene na sinkonya se nka kwan be de manka 2025 sama no Kevin Schade emfiti me friend Brentford ema join it my friend Borussia Dortmund ho abrante friend Kevin Schade wa Germany ni enti Borussia Dortmund se wakwa won sa Murphy no mermisi akan emeti me friend no Borussia Dortmund ho papa friend Oge Jesus na say me yinya ntie se ti my friend Ahila I Saudi Arabia o mai name da Silva Santos Junior every omutim second round omutim ebobo league nim into my imagine say omo be register a new player said e be ya league no ombetimi ni ti my friend Ali Tiado omo so form ye na compete na Asian Champions League ni there papa friend Oge Jesus some of dey to my name say abrante friend ni Neymar Junior obekoso amana ke team ne ho na club world cup no so do ho no Oge susun ho a obi make sure say Neymar da Silva Santos Junior eketim no ifisa abrante bia opena sem ye pa no nyina aka kasakro ne so ejese de abrante no esidi ne dwuma ho ti my friend Aston Villa ena omakwa akosan abrante friend Andres Garcia every team friend Levante for 7 million euros ewo ho nti papa friend Monkey ne scout na ne kakaka no wasan so akofa abrante friend Andres Garcia every team friend Levante or 7 million euros abrante na air right back nti Matikash ebinya that is obi on ne be compete wo ho Chairman and answer beto just say Juventus team friend Ronaldo Araujo enti amenya say Ronaldo Araujo give fresh terms with team friend Barcelona enti enche bi ebeba beto just say Ronaldo Araujo that is a Uruguayan ebe sign new contract with team friend Barcelona ewo ho Chairman Chelsea ena omako make busa abrante friend Alejandro Garnacho team friend Napoli e 40 million pounds e Manchester United aso yeso mo peno no team friend Chelsea akobusa Alejandro Garnacho asese ombepeso mefa da Argentine Alejandro Garnacho e de na ko team friend Chelsea every Manchester United akọ Chelsea no man fans so ha oma agency abrante friend Jamie Gittins ono so say that is England here ono so sina kama Borussia Dortmund omo de ono so ebeba ewo ho team friend RB Leipzig chairman omo san Ata Vermeeren with an option to buy every team friend Atletico Madrid ewo ho chairman eni oma activity sa option 20 million euros into Ata Vermeeren enye Atletico Madrid player bim the Belgian says our joining RB Leipzig on a permanent basis. Chairman Elvis Basanovic abrante friend Benjamin Sheshko ni agent ena mebusa ne say matese woni Arsenal esinkonwa na nkomo amodidi ne chese abrante friend Benjamin Sheshko obekọ loan ewo Arsenal wi a na permanently Arsenal sign o sigidi onim de oka Benjamin Sheshko no onye player de ne kolo no na onye player okobolo na aso ko trials o baby team bi pena nko befa na outright na semiko abusami Benjamin Sheshko ewo contract ewo team a friend RB Leipzig enti se o team bia yo nipa bia so okobusa na sa asem we a so kwa RB Leipzig na okobusa mpanyimfo na sa asem we wo na Benjamin Sheshko de so Cologne de yenyim film and a very unlikely so be movie January enti Mikel Arteta chi se oluki at other options wo Benjamin Sheshko so obi beton na RB Leipzig wo chama enfensia
Gideon bedas agafo Gideon and the amano na nsem no egu amaye no mama yinka ye ho ye ba na ye de analysis no so atwa so e de amamo
yo makwa baba na station ye didibia a e wo kwada so e wo Stadium Hospital nchen ho a na station ye nnuane bi te say banku ni okro stew jollof rice fried rice and soup rice and stew e san wa salted fried rice assorted jollof rice e san ya continental dishes e bi ne shawarma potato chips pizza e san wa vegetable salad Nas kitchen ye nnuane wo eyi ase party ase wedding ase wo bedi nti wo frɛ ka wetin be ye aduane ama Nas kitchen ye delivery wo baby bia be say aduane ne mba bia aduane Your delivery line is 0241 930 560. 0241 930 560. Your border line is 0204 783190. 0204 7831. Now, we serve quality for quantity.
For your more quaba, if you are commercial breaking. Gillen, in 10 terms, so I'm the brand of call. The maybe 20 minutes. Okay, further analysis in one.
Chairman, analysis me person me share on a lighter note. Chairman, so what's a for punch masturbation? Wow, what is
masturbation? The name is ubi a trichon no angasa no say your body and say we run as a bema so better train bema
and MB him and New Orleans Pelicans. On say abroad for the omo say be almost use the right tool for the right job. Into almost West no. That is a bathhouse no. Say human fluids to say John saw where we and it me famuko. Na say a banny bibi to say on saw to be man to train who we are. And to say they said what for bano. Na discharge na say who soon never bano. I don't know omodi able to just say for some time now New Orleans Pelicans players no. Yes, so much papa. Yes, my pipes need BSC. Emma say, Emma almost would cost of the maintaining a call thousands of dollars. Into or more one in the power this age, man. Say, Omunshe ye, yes, the next time who the new one or no, or Befani Pano, SMN, no marco tested, no mahony pacro. Now we na NBA fans with my brand on body. I'm saying I'm saying best story before, but if any Zion Williamson home. Na Zion Williamson no. Oni porn stars in the date da. Ma omu yi sini omu yi omu yi bi no. Moria Mills mo. Man for so omu do mani osusu Zion Williamson. Na chairman as I'm necessary, but that is the also in the NBA. New Orleans Pelicans so afi ni man sa nko yi nti amo Neman Kui Nasa OSEI with Jamom Hawaii. Yenry house story the be developed or green on in the mountain in Casa because more manage stadium no almost all my no the discharge no as a stadium no. A chairman in room or matches over the weekend. Chairman mention free England na minyane kakaka na se free baby na family room Englander na kone kakaka. Chairman me shase free that is Germany na Miriam be rem that is England na meba be wi ho. Chairman me shase me pese me shase free Allianz Arena na pese me first fixture free. Team friend Wolfsburg that is Abante Papa friend Robert Kovac and Vincent Kompany very two defenders, two very solid defenders. So be a legend in his own right. One for Croatia and one for Team Efreno, Belgium and Manchester City. Abrantia Efreno John Company and Paul Vincent. We real more Manchester City no. Sorry, we real more Team Efreno Bayern Munich no. The ideas of person the two jano. To a very large extent, Papa no ultimately to drama boys also to me express on the pitch. But the issue has always been results, especially results against the big team and how effective and the system they any suiting the players not against the big teams and answer big games no. So this is your a team BT say we struggle against team BT say Borussia Dortmund, we struggle against Mainz 05, we struggle a lot in against Team Efreno Borussia Mönchengladbach, but a idea Buano say he normally gets the results or MSC only the league by 4 points. This is a game I foresee Bayern winning at home. A big game, it could be a very close contest. But Wolfsburg Nema will show against Borussia Dortmund tells me that even though it might be a close contest, Bayern Munich will win. And on the day if they don't get their ass together, they might be or they might be beaten and beaten very well. But this is a game I foresee a very close contest. So I don't foresee say a big game Bayern Munich could dominate outright because Bayern Munich will show for some time now. My performances they are nothing to write home about. Chairman, you free on your remo. That is the game of the weekend. Team my friend by for Leverkusen and Borussia Mönchengladbach. Ewo. Chairman, coaches me no masword ding. Pa. We have the big teams. Borussia Mönchengladbach, Bayer for Leverkusen and yeah, the Omaka big teams so because some the defending champions of the league. But in terms of size of clubs, the team awaje the Bundesliga only ones, the Kaonya big clubs are. But in terms of the Omoye in the last season, no, and Bayern Munich, they always will be counted as the top dogs. Then there is also Borussia Dortmund. But teams now, coaches now, more teams now for some time. Obu Hoa, Tisa Borussia Mönchengladbach, come 6 times winners of the Bundesliga. And Tikomu nye team Ketwasa, but for some time now, Marco Periphery after some ranting with Marco Royce Mufi Hono. You know Borussia Mönchengladbach at the apex of the game beam. Now, Omoka teams now, me so coach is very stubborn. No, Bo Henriksen, team my friend, Mainz 05, very stubborn coach. In who kwa the teams bit say Bayern Munich fast wash Bayern Munich ho. Then Papa friend Gerardo Swan on also a Swiss very stubborn coach. Can obetima hold you to frustrate you. He's a Swiss coach on your Italian do. Now last week Papa friend Jabi Alonso Lano or Tia Bo Henriksen. Now I foresee so besan swat Tia Papa friend Gerardo Swan and Ebasana Bayern Munich is winning, Wolfsburg is winning, then it means that we are getting a close contest in Germany. For some time now, Germany Nanka very dominated by Bayern Munich outright. Almost a starting league name so many beje. But Ubia or say kwaya team my friend Eintracht Frankfurt, VfB Stuttgart, anybody for Leverkusen and Pedro Mono. You see, say the Bundesliga is shaping up to be an exciting league. This is a game I foresee team my friend. By for Leverkusen getting an easy win. Any difficult to say Borussia Mönchengladbach, any team friend, that is Bayern Munich, no, and of course Patrick Schick. Say warm up one could Patrick Schick to score, and also a very big option. Then my brand friend Tim Kleinders, I'm hoping I'm also foreseeing Sabi on also betting me at Watana in this fixture. So Patrick Schick to score and Tim Kleinders to score for team my friend Borussia Mönchengladbach. Chairman only leading that is the chart in terms of headed goals. In Tianya Mama so besa so the header back when or messes are heading against Bayern Munich, everyone was shocked because Tim Kleinders when the ball touches his head, he's one of the most dangerous strikers in the Bundesliga. And so Bayer for Leverkusen, a bit must stop it that there, then they have to stop him. Jonathan Tamo, Abrante bit say that is Tapsobamo, Edmond Tapsobam. They have to be at the peak of their game. And yes, sir, when a header comes, he will score. It is very likely he will score and Patrick Schick to score. But the game winner, no, because I'm a team my friend Bayer for Leverkusen on Benya win no. America can say in Germany, I tell Bayern Munich to win, but Tima. Oyi common sense to I will tell you they will win the league. Will always be Bayer for Leverkusen this season due to season because of the Omayeno. Come on, my phone. I mean, Remo that is the Italian Serie A, no na, and also Merhe fixtures are a becoso ewo. Italian Serie A Merhe fixtures me no pay. That is Juventus, AC Milan, then Atalanta, and Napoli. Atalanta play Napoli with Jewish. Chairman, and also be a very difficult game, especially given Napoli or started rising and Atalanta since 2023. Now, Omonko 2 matches or Munche go against Inter Milan or Mulusu 2-0 man Shegu and against Tima Efreno Udine so the Blue Energy and I said Stadio Friuli and also Oman Shegu. Now it makes it very difficult for you to assume say Atalanta will score goals against him friend Napoli, given Napoli a team they are very solid at the back and Antonio Toto Conte treat. But this is at Atalanta side that went to the Maradona to beat Napoli and beat them very well. That is the Maradona. So Atalanta winning this game at the Jewish no. Kabeka based on first leg in the course, but Napoli are currently on form than team friend Atalanta. So this is a game. Common sense should tell me to predict for Napoli, but I said the DBA make a no. What I see is what I see, and I think gamer Napoli will travel to the Jerry Stadium and exact revenge on team Efreno Atalanta. Inti Antonio Toto Conte ebenya win no ewo ho over Gianpiero Gasperini wo ho. Matteo take their back. Obeka say is he the solution to the problems of Atalanta, given say only that go Emra face Juventus in the midweek nana. Matteo Retegui shouldn't be a striker. Emranti say Alessandro Bongiorno Mubestrono, that is in the Italian Serie A, and I say also game it is a game. If Atalanta wants something, then on the day Emra Mukoma Adonara Branti Olidiomo, that is Ademola Lookman, they should give him enough role, and I say ample role obey the system, and as a system ni be jina so said they be obey to my thought my friend at Napoli apart. But David Neres, chairman, in my eyes, he's the most informed winger in that is the Italian Serie A now. David Neres is performing superbly in the Italian Serie A. Former Ajax, former Benfica boy, and he's doing very well. The Brazilian doing very well. Team my friend Atalanta, if they want to stop someone, that is who they should stop in the Napoli side. Of course, Romelu Lukaku is always a very dangerous opponent when you are facing him in the Italian Serie A, but for some time now he has been misfiring, and yet from the spot I want to goes in share. And of course Scott McTominay always will come from deep and score. There is a game I foresee Napoli winning at the Jiri Stadium. Chairman, my main feel on Spain.
Okay.
Spain the matches na koso me can Real Madrid any team my friend that is a Barcelona nkwa asem because Lehan is here they out if you Atletico Madrid beko akohye. But at the Coliseum Afonso Perez, where attacking football will meet ultra defensive football. Chairman also kai adam for say Bodalas. He will play his ultra defensive football. Emra Otna Coliseum Afonso Perez a share team my friend Barcelona. Papa friend Hansi Flick. Chairman okay Super Cup, that is a semi-final game now, Omobo against Athletic Bilbao. What I said was that Emra Barcelona players now kunya rest. Asa kunya what I will call a mini pre-season because a long training session. You know him how training sessions are important for coaches to put the ideas across to players. Manchester United fans will tell you same about Papa friend Ruben Amorim. Anyhow, he has been talking about training. So Emra Papa a friend Hansi Flick and the boys and you go through the system again. I almost say arrest no. I knew Barcelona will come back and they'll be very dangerous. And then you much 5 and at the Coliseum Afonso Perez it will be no different. Barcelona will go there and they will win. Just that beating them by 5 goals na there Bodalas the so Bema acquisition 5. But Barcelona will win at the Coliseum Afonso Perez. Emrante Bitse Lamine Yamal, Robert Lewandowski, Abrante friend Rafinha. Chairman, in my eyes, this is the best player in the world there, Rafinha, Rafael Beloli Diaz. In my eyes, this is a boy born with Biasibe Bia, in the best player, and Rafinha, and Rafinha is scoring, he is playing very well. And Chairman Super Cup finals, at one point he was cramped. He doesn't stop running. System no Otiasie, he is a Hansi Flick type of player, and I foresee say at the Coliseum Afonso Perez, he won't have a lot of room to run, but the few chances they will get and at the few openings they will get, I expect Lamine Yamal as always on the decision making will be on point and he will help Barcelona to the win. A player I predict to score once again, Rafael Beloli Diaz and answer Rafinha then of course Robert Lewandowski so very dangerous to score. This is a game I don't even foresee Getafe getting a goal. If there is a win, it is for Barcelona. If there are goals in this game, even if they are 10, I'll still give it to Barcelona. Getafe will not score in this game. Then, Chairman, when we will be about 35 matches on the fee, now we're winning 30. No more draw 5. On share that. Chairman, how trouble on the fee? I'll be sure now. Chairman, that is what is happening. That is what is happening. I mean, Marco said that 3:15 was Stadio Santiago Bernabeu. Las Palmas are all room. Oh, that is my friend Real Madrid fee. On share Real Madrid that. Oh, Santiago Bernabeu on share that. And Real Madrid, if we say Papa friend Garcia Pimenta, you more Las Palmas now. Las Palmas to me, Emma Real Madrid opposition kaka. Sometimes they beat them so well. Sure, mo be brave, but for some time now, since last season and this season, seems any Emma perform kakra after Garcia Pimenta coffee team now with team no hono. Last weekend they lost after Cesar Fabio Silva MSA penalty no. I think Getafe finished by 2 goals to 1. Now, Chairman, playing Real Madrid, they are still wounded. Chairman will be Obeka Celta Vigo win no, and as extra time win no, sweet enough say be paper the bitterness or Real Madrid from the 5-2 loss in the Super Cup finals in Biano Chairman Oboa. Super Cup and still they embedded, and Las Palmas are a little bit affiliated to Barcelona, even though they are not in the in Barcelona, Gran Canaria, and as the Canary Island areas. No, Chairman, this is a game Real Madrid will want to exact a little bit of anger. No, they would want to give it to team friend Las Palmas. Kylian Mbappe currently he is flourishing. He is on form. Season of course now Branty Vinicius Junior and form by then. I think December, that is player of the month, Jude Bellingham. Right now, Kylian Mbappe is getting all the goals for Real Madrid. I who say he got the first goal in the Super Cup, no saying the first goal against Celta Vigo. It was Santiago Bernabeu, Monfiso more in the Copa del Rey. No. Playing against him, my friend Las Palmas, Real Madrid could draw 1-1 with Gran Canaria, but I foresee them winning not less than a 2-goal margin victory. So the margin of victory will be 2 and upwards. Real Madrid will beat my friend Las Palmas. What Real Madrid should do is they should tighten the back a bit. Raúl Asensio, sometimes or a rush with the tackle, and they name himself Rudiger, so very aggressive, but the boy is inexperienced. Carlo Ancelotti has started many chances, or best started. I foresee say in future Real Madrid will get a very aggressive boy in this Raúl Asensio guy. People are comparing him to Ramos. I see much of a Pepe type of player because Utimi Bobo no sign hard tackler. Ramos Utimi Bobo, but in terms of ball, they took from the day. During the days at Real Madrid, you could see clearly that Levan Kepler Lima Ferreira ahead of Abrante Feno, Sergio Ramos. It was later than Sergio Ramos, so we do level. And I foresee a little bit of Pepe in Abrante Feno, Raúl Asensio, helping team friend Real Madrid from the back. David Alaba, a bit master, Abo Manchester team friend Real Madrid, but I don't foresee him starting at left back. There is a game Frank Garcia should start ahead of him. That is Ferland Mendy because of attacking prowess or no the bad team name. Then Fede Valverde, I'm sure might be coach never person or Bono at the middle because will lose Eduardo Camavinga Mabenda. Because on the right side, Lucas Vasquez, for some time now we have all been criticizing his defense and Yaman yet Carlo Ancelotti me sure said Obesam and a chance him because of injuries to Abrante Fernando Eduardo Camavinga Mabenda. Real Madrid to win this special and they will win very handsomely. Chairman game because that is France. Me sure say Panthers will predict Marseille beating Strasbourg or Stade Velodrome. Come on, win the game where I foresee Strasbourg going there to surprise Marseille. But outcome I think a possible pie draw. Strasbourg to go and get a draw. So that game we will Peneto baby. Strasbourg to get a draw or Stade Velodrome. That is what I feel. So man, you room where England I here. So man, the last time I Ipswich Town, a hosted my friend Manchester City, Portman Road was in the year 2002. So man, the scoreline ended 4-1. Match day 1, Chairman Sobeka, team my friend Manchester City and Ipswich, and our Mobile League now. That is our first matches after Senna Ipswich are relegation now. Abano. Chairman, and also gave me a day for one. Obeka Pilot brought Alan in a hat trick or sa game name. At the Portman Road, 10 years contract, a lot of incentives and a lot of motivation, and I brand I foresee Erling Haaland scoring again. Then I foresee team friend Manchester City winning. Chairman, Kieran McKenna is a very good coach. Sometimes when I sit here and I obit Russell Martin, he's a very good coach. But yeah, the Arsenals to compete these teams no. You will never get a Manchester City at Portman Road. That will never happen. Even getting a team like Aston Villa or Portman Road bedding. But you pick players that will also help you. He has very good players, but these are players that are good and best for maybe the championship. And the championship, say some of them they will go there and they will boss it and they will qualify and come back. But for the Premier League, these players, they will lose you all these big games. And Sunday be no different. Team my friend of Ipswich Town, they will lose to team my friend of Manchester City. Manchester City to triumph for us our game ni mo and I foresee Ellen Haaland scoring said the medical account wo no. Man TV to sell Liam Delap. They are on a mission. Liam Delap, a former Manchester City player, he would want to prove a point. He would have a point to prove, but that will not be enough. Man TV says some more, Simon, and that is Madame Fee. That is Abrantoye Irishy. Omunyina small X, yes. Omobe try say omobe prove a point, but it wouldn't be enough to beat Manchester City. They are already bruised from that 2-2 draw Mukunyano, the Brentford Community Stadium, and after the G-Tech Stadium. No, so team my friend of Ipswich, I'm sure said they would want to exact revenge, and also they would want to channel their anger towards them. And Kieran McKenna is at the wrong place at the wrong time. Pep Guardiola and Emran said they will beat them and beat them very well. Okay. Chairman, I'm in for the two most informed sides of Premier League in currently. That is team my friend in Newcastle, and it's my friend on Bournemouth for her, and as a Bournemouth for her. Chairman, in the last 9 games, that is team my friend on Bournemouth Abono. They are unbeaten in the Premier League. Then Newcastle, so their record continues. So my last 6 in the Premiership, win. Home hokra since West Ham kosho mo by 2 goals no chama kan you Monday bi near her game no since sa game no uko mo fie ho Manchester, that is always St James sa 3 or more goals on mo she. So going into this game, they are the most informed teams in the land, giving Liverpool Euro 2025 in more performances. No? They are the most informed team in the land. Bournemouth are bruised from Adiokusi was Stamford Bridge when they were getting a 2-1 victory. They were pegged back at Chelsea. Ikonya equalizer Man U 2-2. There is a game I foresee Newcastle winning, but they are not going to score it against Amrante Stadium Hughes. They are not going to score it against them, but I foresee Newcastle winning. Then I foresee both teams scoring. In this game, and it is going to be a very tight game. It is going to be a midfield of flair and ingenuity against a midfield that is very strong and can run in Joe Linton and Abrante friend Bruno Gomes. And another thing that is very funny, Papa friend Eddie Howe, he is welcoming his bosses back to St James's, also a former Bournemouth coach, and playing in this game, he will have it at the back of his mind, knowing very well that Bournemouth are not an easy push when they travel to the St James's. It is not easy. Somebody rush St James and they will go and lose. But this is a game. If I'm giving a victory to someone, I'll give it to Alexander Isak. Victory no due to Alexander Isak, former currently and in the hot streak or more than 15 goals. Chairman, we are all not watching, but Newcastle currently they are in the top 4. Currently they are in the top 4. And the chairman, my main remo Arsenal Arsenal this weekend. Most of my Aston Villa. Last season, Aston Villa for now Oli Watkins or Babe Pom. But Aston Villa this season, they have not been in the last 8 matches. They've won just 2. Omokoshe Fulham 3-1 no, and I think last weekend so almost Everton so share by 1 goal to no midweek fixtures now boy him. So going to Arsenal this season, the only time so lose a game more regulation time they played against Newcastle in the league was St James 1-0 Alexander Isak and 2-0 no Koshomo in the EFL semi-finals. So into domestically they saw Beshe team a friend Arsenal. They didn't lose against Manchester United in regulation time. They lost after 90 minutes and as extra time. So beating Arsenal and Arsenal very buoyant. We saw them in the London derby. They were playing very well, and I foresee say this is a game Arsenal will nick the victory. They will get revenge over Papa Efreno. That is Unai Emery Achabaria or the Manchester United playing against Brighton. Very tricky fixture. 2 very young coaches, Ruben Amorim and Papa Efreno, Fabian Hensela. I'll go for a win for Manchester United. But more beyond Brighton can. Last season they came to Old Trafford and beat us by 3-1. Danny Welbeck, I think Abrante friend João Pedro, and Pascal Gross and they Castle Borussia Dortmund. So they can come to Manchester United and win. Abrante should go on that day. Currently calling Manchester United. So Kobakaya, Tunisian and Trinity Hannibal Mabry. Currently Usina Kaima Bentley. So Papa friend Ruben Amorim. The performance not the 2 against Southampton. Say one of the 2 they should forget about a victory. team a friend Brighton, they make a lot of mistakes at the back and it causes them to concede. But normally they don't make those mistakes against Manchester United. So when they are playing against Manchester United, so they shouldn't concede first, because if they concede first, they will lose. They should get out of the blocks. They should start the game very well and try to win. Then Brentford Community Stadium, Thomas Frank, if you would beat Liverpool, this is the chance. 1 win, 1 draw, 1 loss against Liverpool or GTEC sense of league in him. Thomas Frank, this is a game. So a bit smash Liverpool right now, because for some time now Slot has been vulnerable. 4 matches in 2025 when you just 1 win against that is Accrington Stanley, and I will lose that is a 1 draw 2 against Northern Forest and Manchester United, and we'll lose back in the League Cup semi-finals and as a EFL against my friend of Tottenham Hotspur. Liverpool would want to get back on track because Arsenal are coming this weekend. I foresee Arsenal beating Aston Villa. So if they don't beat Brentford, it be very denting for our title hopes, then they shouldn't forget they are facing Thomas Frank and then Brian Mbeumo you want Wisamo. A very difficult game. But if you push me to the wall, I'll predict a draw in that game.
Okay. What view with your predictions because I'm saying yes over predictions.
My
why you be an hour predictions?
Yeah, me made my prediction, but I think the only match I'm for prediction are my PSG and RC loans, but I'll be any baby ever come. Oh, Chairman PSG and RC loans. Who sorry you come? It will go to PSG.
Okay,
yeah, it will go to PSG. They have a very good coach these days in world still, but still RC loans will lose to PSG.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's it. I form my Kaya on my banner the Ephesian no atwaso at the Amam.
No, my papa Nasty. Nasty, you did be a walk so. It was still hospital in Chenwa. Nasty, you are able to say, Bankuni okra stew, jollof rice, fried rice and soup, rice and stew. It's now assorted fried rice, assorted jollof rice. It's now a continental dish is a bine shawarma, potato chips, pizza, it's now a vegetable salad. Nas kitchen, you know a year say, party, I say, wedding, I say, what bedding to offer a favorite number, Johnny amount. Nas kitchen, you delivery will be beer, baby, I say, Johnny and Baby, a Johnny. Your delivery line is 0241 930 560 0241 930 560. Your voter line is 0204 783190 0204 7831. Nas Kitchen, we serve quality for quantity.
Mama Kwaba, free commercial break, a finsem and a day eba. They said the main true no medica and catch them on. They say all the aways, they are over. Master Santa Kotoko finally, or when you are more player now, or more any dinosaur or my penache. Sounds like crowds of folk, commandment train, air cohen, air fahing, and the see a jabber, Jadania Baby drew a branches of the say. And when some ewa in the intentem so Momayan share and seminar as in free a year if ye say ye share and seminar say a free if ye dear and I feel seminar ye shall say and ye shall say free a year over the weekend a year matches are a becoso our GP a year Ghana Premier League see and I see it here. Oh, Baba Yara supposed to do Kumase Asante Kotoko and then Miakasa meeting a Vision FC and a AC Akai. Samsona Samates or Summer Boy or Mane Accra House of Folk and a Asia in Swatreman also Etnefi or Mone Karela United and a Asia. Samsona Bazaki Holy Stars or more associate Adriana and a Asia. Samsona Accra Lions Etnefi or Mone Babiani Good Stars and a Asia. Samsona Bricum Chelsea also Etnefi or Mediama and Asia. Sounds on a Heart of Lions, also Etnefi, or money team my friend in Nations FC and Asia. Young Apostles, Ewo Wintin, almost Etnefi, or money Big James United, also and Asia. Sounds on a Legon Cities, also Etnefi, or money Dreams FC. Na Asia and 10 times you mura a stories are a bubo eba and ahead of Kumasa Sante Kotoko and Vision FC match eba so Baba Yara Sports Stadium and a Vision FC head coach are your friend and Nakwe Ajimai or the Ababetu Iga say Omode Omone Kotoko Bono pressure via and now also sounds also now Omodo motivation and so Omone Kotoko eba babebo. but Kotoko the only motivation be the motivation na say omuni big team like Kotoko eba be bono cry to be motivate one and the boys no and mo benya the needed resource a omu here e wo Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Empire obon say Kotoko be underrated no na fi o maba like underdogs na omo abe surprise Kumasi Asante Kotoko yenko na yenkuti nsem na wode etu edwa no ebi.
I think Kotoko on their own, as big as they are, and we being a very new entrant, this is our debut season. Of course, Kotoko definitely underrated us. It's and everybody. I mean, everybody that hears Kotoko Vision is definitely going to say, "Oh, Kotoko is going to win." So for me, I think the team that is complacent is going to lose this game. I mean, Vision, we have nothing to lose. It's Kotoko. If you lose against Kotoko, everybody will say, "Oh, okay, it's okay. You just lost against Kotoko." But if Kotoko loses against Vision, it's a huge news. So of course, we are underdogs. We are coming in with what we know, what we have, with every ammunition that we've got to try to take 3 points. If Kotoko underrates Vision, they do that at their own peril. But of course, Vision, we are prepared. We are ready for this. Playing at the Baraya Sports Stadium as well. That is also another great thing for me and my boys. I think that being there, the fans being around and playing against Kotoko, it's a huge motivation. I hope that Kotoko also finds something to motivate them, because for us, playing against them is already a motivation. Any team that is complacent is going to lose this game.
Okay, Yama Kwaba, and Nana Ajamai, Nana Kwaku Ajamai, a year and 70 be Anna Martino. And 10 times we are twice a year after young far development stories are a war, a Lucas and twice after Nora Hapter. Yina Black Queens former coach Ejaya Hoko Yaya Ko Zambia any entire eba and say yenya new coach na yenya no yesi ufri Sweden papa ya friend came last Booker Green ono ana ende wo ba bisi mame a ye friend no Nora Hapter anai afi yen twaso dia after Ghana you feel say you call and I qualify to the AFCON no African Cup of Nations no and somewhere about and say a year GFA school members no or more edgy report if the papa your friend no coach utu ado eho na yes in the report na is a big here say omo beef up any technical team no yes some slight changes na and somewhere ebobo eba na say the two assistant coaches Ghana need this year your friend no John Penster and papa your friend Joseph Lamano entire eba na say omo mienu em say ye be wo omo konsan e be yi omo free ho na ye replace omo with top notch coaches are beba beboa papa you free Tuado na watimi de akọ promised land walk up because so Canada and US no to say the American no the aways no is over Abrante sort of say finally on the across of folk the pen SC paper so assign contract at the amount it is sort to say about the across of folk a player afi omunua was on tafo penny ne kakra we ya na we so aye Abrante friend Isaac Minta them say ansana ye be second transfer window na Isaac Minta enya na tie say oni Kumasi Asante Kotoko e training e wo AJ Sports Complex and AJ Sports Stadium and training park on ho and na oni wo e training o ma you training na afi ana abrowa puma kwemu ama Isaac Minta so assign finally was assign ama Kumasi Asante Kotoko enti na ehwe Kumasi Asante Kotoko players this season no masan o na this transfer window no masan o masan 3 strikers Kwame Puku Abrante friend Samson Eduku na ene omode Isaac Minta so account na ntia eba ne say Isaac Minta ene Samson Eduku kianeke omu game against Vision FC or Babayara Sports Stadium ombe yi 2 players we actually it said the Kwampuku omu won veli no Babayara Sports Stadium no na enkra free Joseph Edu so aso eba ene say ene opeso free Celta Vigo after say upra no okoba no say any playing time no ho ayede amano Did the oppressor oye and say oppressor free ho na okobo loan na baby oppressor within the nature a real Valladolid into Celta Vigo or free akobo loan at the real Valladolid. Na afi yam twaso yamfa ye ninti ti my friend on Samatics o makwa kwasan abrante friend Emmanuel Kofi Essien from a ye bekum Chelsea and now Emmanuel Kofi Essien we see akama o mo enei okwa kwasan long term contract at the amati my friend on FC Samates ahani we break say Emmanuel Jemfi ajipeni say obisi akama yet my friend in Lagos cities and they were saying we now you see the first game will be on Sunday against my friend Dreams FC, a former King Facer, former Ashgood, former medium goalkeeper, a friend a year Frank Boateng and the entire Eba and so we're joining it my friend Adriana FC, Adriana Stars FC, a ho and a knee Frank Boateng Edinani actually. Accra so folk eguso ene abrante e friend kwesi asma a ye beka ho ase ho no ye say akaka krebi akase aka small di yibi komo bia so mo yifri ho na afi paways bi also mo ye na abrante no e de pen esi ye krata so e de ama Accra ha so folk kuma baba ye Accra ha so folk e player me anga sabi player ye Mohammed Hussein o Accra so folk ene kra eba ene say Mohammed Hussein emse contract be free ye Spain ababa to na nima haso folk hwe contract ni say omuhwemu na eya ombijai ama abrante no akọ afi mukaya Aduana FC so omasan former BA United striker we be di ne ho nkomo ebrebi ye friend Emmanuel Party oko MCC Cote d'Ivoire se Burkina kusi akan kakra ene yi wasamba ode nani akire Aduana FC nti ene yi woni Aduana FC ana sign ana hwe abom kotoko ye sister na no Prosper Nati Ogum na nani di abrante ya frɛ no Prince Osu kwabna na nani di nachi ansana otukwan ene yeso wasamba bana waba na hasufo kene teteko sanso na ese kotoko so epushi se Prince Osu kwabna amuso ebenya no kai kotoko defender your friend Nuruddin Yusuf Mohammed ene die na ose oye nurse adwuma otusu nurse career na ahead of Kumasi Asante Kotoko no former to defender our terminating the contract Kotina Srim ene yenkra eba ene se hasofo kani abrepa so omo pese omo de ne pa enkran omo pese omo san
ko check ko ba ne bia ko bi
ene yi omo pese omo de abrante ne eba ha be breaking story we man say Jonah Atukui ene yi the constitutes pese omo former player na san be si akan omo ene ntia eba ne say deal no em say off em say nsem kan no entime anko nti enkomo twetwe ne esi nguso enko bi mti wanhwa na Jonah Atukui wentimi NC akan ama Lagos cities ewo second round afi yanto aso Dreams FC former Dreams FC player Karela United player ni nyina wabobo pen ama Dreams FC wabobo pen ama Karela United your friend Maxwell Atta enei oko Aduana FC Maxwell Atta enei odi pen esi paper so e di amatima e friend no Aduana FC or your former Dreams or your former Karela United midfielder Maxwell Atta and you one team my friend no Aduana FC and hwe abom second round Great Olympics former captain your friend Philip Saki na same we benena mo from am say or kotoko training kotoko or ye trials or so na ho de ahwe na nka opeso obisi akan makotoko but ye say want man impress kotoko technical team no nti eni baby a wode nani kire team a your friend Golden Cake Division 1 club the whole anene wode nani kire chama ye twaso free inform player or Accra House of Folk se mawuli wayo am say enkwan ya ba no ho yesi team bi free Lutrenia team bi efri FK Kanu Zagres ho anasa Lutrenia club no ho anasa di ne efri eba na yesi team no show interest ewo abrante ya frɛ no mawuli wayo na yɛsɛ asofo ka ne team na atwetwe nkɔmmɔ sɛ wɔfa ne mu ya na yɛsɛ mawuli wayo edidi HLT na no akwa kusi akan ede ama team a yɛfrɛ no FK Kanu Zagres afi yɛnto aso former Great Olympic striker yɛfrɛ no Michael OSEI ene waje pene akwa akosan contract ede ama team a yɛfrɛ no Gold Stars baby any Gold Stars second round ye ho ana wono mo akwa kusi akan Great Olympics former player and former forward a yɛfrɛ no Michael OSEI papa yɛfrɛ no ya preko nso atema for coach and they encourage him to atema urban supporters no ama no warning say he should stay away from the team. He should stay away from the team. That man should stay away from the team. The supporters the Nyakajo say stay away from our team. Now I say one we are on your day on some beam. And I say I step aside.
Step aside, Oklahoma. They say you are fired.
Indeed, you see, on channel Hokakra, every team on no more. Say, on the problem member team now. Papa, your friend Ibrahim Tanku Anas, and cry free a year Accra Lions, a year week we and say or no mutually on it no a party ways. Into a knee on ye undijuma Emma Tima, your friend. A year Accra Lions, a beam. Into Chamai, a young twasso, ye twasso. Na stories kakra yesan eba and say a honey be breaky a year dramani ewa I would no say akama brekum chesi say or cosamates din officially boy na adjoin ni team my friend no a sabates okay Larry Sumaila
so
say a honey because Lugon cities and an education come and yes deal no year off mzem komo twetwen ne anko yi nti deal no ene agiagu nti wan hwe na second round you enti mensi akan amati my friend no House of Folk former defender your friend no Leventus Atta ene enkra eba ene say wa join ne team my friend Aduana FC nti ono so ne Aduana FC ana ekwa akohwe abom nti chama we ne local news a de ifri ebae nti ententem so yimura ensebnim yenko ye picks yemfa ba ku mienu bi na yenka ho asem de me pesi di kan ho asem House of Folk signing a branch friend of SETH say unze eno na be talk of the town ohwa before say transfer window we second round na ba be no so to say no hu nkomo de abayi pa initially a buy say so to say a buy na kuma sasante kotoko epeso o mofa no eno kra na before league we ba be sha say no ma esi coach so me trials so to say so camp so feel is a coach na disrespect no say a player like ono say to say ni kwa say obey trials on oba street and oba be join the team no and yes prosper na te ogum so yes ono onimu no end was a periphery kakra nti ebitima ba say ne form no senior na o free system no omunim no na enye sa na tie and ebi so happen to omo amanfo abedi du musika bibire yeko omo mpese yes kwasi edu ayi ntua so mpre nu ana mprensa nti no omo mpese sa mistakes no omo be dey ombe yibim yes only fools that didn't learn from their mistakes nti no omo mpese omo be yibim nti be yes misunderstanding between omo mienu nti eba sa na nko switch camp no from Kotoko e dey akohas na onya foreign deal South Africa and okoi unfortunately South Africa deal no so and tentam to say they na omo peno no nti oba back to Ghana no House of Folk and they show much interest and okọ House of Folk eti na nga Kotoko sample so mo buwrem ba se to say edi nkomo say team a opeso obo House of Folk nti omo man kwan no ne House of Folk for inijuma na last week ye betina ha ne edi ne ho nkomo ne contract duties ye na ma contract ni mu ayedin some amount bi ano odi hihim request bi ano make a signing on fee it should be around 50,000 Ghana cedis and 50,000 Ghana cedis no payment structure no so kra be a problem because na set to say no air no within 5 months and has folks so open within the
entire duration
of the contract in the year 2 years na or more cano and any ejeku ejebo ejano wanya de ababa true nti looking at has folk acquiring the services of a brand friends or tesono yem find the transfer details in nyina anto nchen yem hwe the picture we set to say as a player ano wo na yenim no ene so to say ya waba e de no de bre has folk etimia currently o ya wo fa ahehye dia to
Chairman, I'll start by saying, as a player, individual, I'm not putting him in the Hearts team yet. SETH is an exciting capture, or a very exciting capture power. So we are crowds of folk fan or any budget. Why? I say SETH it is a former Real Madrid ne Shaka for playmaker Tranquilo Banetha. Or more open up defenses either with a pass, with a dribble, or with movement. Very intelligent player, very smart player. He's not so big, but very intelligent. If you watch him so closely, a chairman when him so Fabio Gama Kotokwa. The football no as a sunny dear no very close. If you watch him very closely, the sound no ball. And such players, apart from being a delight to watch into supporters, I say him how Kumasi Santa Kotoko fans for a person to say same as Accra House of Folk fans. Apart from them being a delight to watch, they are an asset for every coach and every team. When a team is playing low block, you have them. When they are high up the pitch, you have them to pick them apart. A low block, you have them to unlock the defense. So such players, they are very important. That is why at one point those Spanish boys in Kitten, they were getting a lot of contract in David Silva one matam. They were getting a lot of teams, big teams following them. And SETH is an exciting capture. When I watch the Accra House of Folk in Kumasi, I want to use that game because that game is Kumasi Asante Kotoko ne Accra House of Folk Fanibia. That is the most important game for them. So, Upa will be at the end of the day, if you don't win that Accra House of Folk Kotoko game, it leaves that better taste in their mouth. If we had gotten this game, House of Folk need more of a combative holding midfielder than a SETH. That is what I think.
No dear, unse my baby story Nuruddin.
Yes.
So omo player now play.
Yeah.
Second round in there is likely he will play for
last is Nuruddin.
Yes. It's likely he will play for.
Is he not coming from injury?
Yes. And unse Obayacho.
So training grounds in training.
Da. Before say second round second window you cry about BP. But not what you were waiting for and say window no better.
Okay, so man register no.
Yes, on no cry to go no Kobe.
Okay. So I do the mauli wa yomu na kwa
Yes. Okobi. And on man buy because of a fitness. And nature said no what on but now like a match fitness.
But where did he get the match fitness?
Unse what nefi some of or more friendly matches near the Obobi. The case of a competitive game. The fan say all banned them. Young castle or Beijing Finfree but
at least they have someone cast in the mode of a combative holding midfielder.
Guys, young free Accra House of Folk.
What kind of side I say? Because okay game clearly, I think you also saw House of Folk need a combative holding midfielder to shield the defense of Accra House of Folk. On the day it was Kotoko, Prof League last year, and I saw more chances almost and yes, Kotoko should have won the game by. And why? Because Accra House of Folk midfield, they were loopholes that exposed their defenders. So in my eyes, I thought they needed a holding midfielder more than and Wakache me said they have a holding midfielder in the pipeline. Things are called Semodie. They are not only be an hardio mobile because I know you're more of a register. So yes, so bet me the original defense and but is he going to protect your defense? He is not cast in that mode. He will start plays for you. He will set the tempo of the game for you. He will play that passes na break lines na man. But as to say or no shoulder defense and they forget it. That is why whenever AC Milan had the Andrea Pirlo, they had the Ivan Gennaro Gattuso by his side, and I think that is what Accra folk need. But said the word can if there is a holding midfielder, then the SETH OSEI is very important. He will let the striker score a lot of goals. Chances will be created, and he can score himself. One thing I like about SETH OSEI is accuracy. Also, players like him, those intelligent players, they don't take a lot of shots. But when they take it, it is not with a lot of power, but it's with a lot of finesse. Bono. It is not with a lot of drive, but you will see that it is going. Even if the goalkeeper saves it, Ube won't say it was on target. And if a player has these qualities, it tells you say Obey very important to a side, and especially when someone like him who can unlock defenses and get goals from midfield. Accra folk have for themselves a gem, but also some bit my integrating into the team. Any if he is what they need right now, that is my only problem. On say Kotoko, Minu Nyanetana said they needed a striker. On say how you get players, they are level no more quality in internal. Right now they've signed how many strikers? 3 strikers. And I hear one sober. Come do another don't me already.
The Kotoko then free. SETH OSEI so na eba Kotoko then.
So my
for one who SETH OSEI no man.
My main praise has said they've gotten a huge talent and a very experienced campaigner in the Ghanaian Premier League. But as to say he's what they need, how they will blend him to the team there. But I think SETH OSEI in terms of on the qualities no, and in the form na so or form to say they need him na SETH OSEI is an exceptional capture for Accra.
Okay. Yembra baby ananka wura no. Aye Kumasi Asante Kotoko. You say transfer window be second round yi. Oma sign 3 strikers. Yeah, omo first one you say what they were lacking a poacher and we step in Albert Amwa, but na abe ononkwana na juma no. You go to a time where Mulusu Albert Amwa through injury. And I say Drew baby or some call a Blasters camp on a Black Galaxies a camp on a cofa Elvis Sheba. Or ye kakre abre Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and that they should rely on a branch friend Elvis Sheba for a Auchi. But he will say when Timan step in the shoes of a branch no, I better more. And yeah, I'm not Kotoko Eddie, I don't know. He bit my determined as a pressure and answer the say
panic buying.
Yeah, so almost 3 strikers.
And back also in the pipeline.
There be say 3 strikers. I come yeah. Ono young fans on see a striker or no pretty from the wings. Into young fans say Kotoko enya 4 strikers. 4 strikers and
5. Say back on uncle. I would go. Why you out here?
Obia so anoshi. We are out to India.
Let's show some respect to our
because Isaac Minta before
so former
will free Ghana Hano now. Yabo about 17 matches now on a number say 9 goals or say 10 goals or say
for our league. It is a very good return.
Yes. And Samson Duku Yen a Tamale City modern or Boma or Mansana who free a country Marco. And if we are strikers, we are Gideon. Sena is here, Kafa Kotoko, acquiring these top 3 strikers. Or mobile can a better one. And for pressure, be to coaching so increase a lot of problem because some of the big players no more trying to get no money be more, and it's not easy. And now, institution that's a bit my fair. These are 3 players we a year further and so. And they are will be best more ahead of be almost better say. Because me say sign Uti will be an interview at Kotoko a big club and strikers now winner or a bit motivating, maybe pushing me and mama working hard, but they will bet 9 pay.
The idea is all working hard, so the idea is all no working hard at the Atlanta. The idea is all working hard at the
you would have answered him.
Chairman, my men shall say in free say. These are quality captures as individuals. They be a person individual and say about team Nankasa. We know Samson Eduku. On the bonus are better born more. because of how Timmy Bechi, Beji Born, Bobby, link up play, anyhow, we'll see. Timmy Tiny, twisted tiny defenses around, then he has his movement too. One poku did the least said about him because on quite our starting ball games are who train
Famano.
Yes.
But I will say chances.
Which is very normal given so what yes. That he's even giving returns. And yeah, this year I can't be asked so over 14 matches.
I had you.
Over 14 matches.
And I'm a crimey, the more you create. The more you score.
Yes, and definitely you will lose something. What's an FIA there? You will lose something.
May be creating the chances and all saying I answer then have say will be creating as our boss and
they say Timothy how a chance by the Chairman. So on Asani something do as an individual very good. Then you can
Isaac Minta.
Let's look at Isaac Minta. I think he is more of the penny bino. On Ekwampoku. They will get you the goals, they will get you the numbers. So as individuals, omunye na age na ho as an entity na nka obi e team the teams are lucky, especially giving the coach nepe. And me, if I know Doctor very well, then Eduku, and that is our better more his type of strikers. Then let's look at the team. So how can you field all these players? You will lose balance. Even because you have to also look at your rear guard. You will not field all the 4 of them.
Yes.
Good. And they say that is when the coach will have problems. But I'm sure Kotoko are very experienced player. They will negotiate with them for them to understand that Ghana League is a strikers or manje. They are better more dia ukray any said the MSC kwe then will be to kakra. Then it will be left with these 3. For now, the union to quarantine money for now. So I'm sure Ebias and Komo in your money already. Then some of these players could go or cry or be making football transit. Or by prove still he can play the agent scrape move a man dada. That is also part. But yendi what is on the grounds for now they him some 2.5 years 2 years contract. Now these are different strikers. Variety. It's very important. Diversity when we choose strikers are. Chairman, my main found call abroad for them kakra. Manchester United them right now moving in 99. They had Ted Sheringham or more Dwight York. Or more Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Chama pa just what I say. These are strikers are omunina good strikers, but omo bobo nyepe. Very different in so many ways. Chama what I said. Then there was also Andy Cole. 4 strikers are omu different traits. Good. Then Sir Alex Ferguson in this how I know strikers way Carlos Tevez, Berbatov, Rooney, different type of strikers. These are different type of strikers in the doctor. So they maybe they will say Eduku pa ne abeta one a doctor type of strikers pa.
I'll pay.
Yeah, I'll pay because of born on Mutibi Bobino. But Chairman is all pekatia. For instance, Ghana League ope go ashe. One say Ghana League 1-0, 1 ope 1-1 be, ope 2 be. Chairman then abeta one something Eduku. Yes, when the chance comes there, but that is when you need your Kwampuku and Isaac Minta. So Chairman said that Citieno. When you need to sub in a lot of attackers, and those attackers, when they are 2 or 3, they are all taking their positions to score. So Chairman, it doesn't matter. But when who hear something, do kunya better more type now. When the movements become similar, the problem about it creates disunity. Attacking third. So Kotoko have done well with the diversity. 4 strikers, medical discusses, ABS or brocheda. But it is down to the coach how you manage them. Wrap your arms around them when they are angry and they want to play because they all deserve to play. Say Omu or former, they all deserve to play. And he should know how to handle them. And Doctor is experienced enough, and he knew who they told last season. I'm sure he's learnt a lot from it. Chama just what I say. So going forward, Kotoko have done well. So Omo problem no more solve. Problem no more solve.
The appointment of the replacement of Nora Hapter. Papa a friend came last Booker Green. And you heard Papa you may proof a kakra Kutana or the Bura Ghana, and I say, Papa Fondi drew, say, Marco Cha or Moya you. Because Miche Neyi Kakre Waha, the experience 2017, Swedish Women League were winning with a team friend Linköping FC.
Linköping
FC and a Linköping FC. Emma were winning. And a Cyprus First Division Championship with the Apollo Nicosia or the way Apollo this. There's one of the Madriid or Bopa and a Cyprus First Division best coach and also winner. And he is a second Swedish manager after coach here. Sven Goran Eriksson to win 2 domestic titles in 2 different countries. It's nice to proof Akakra.
Yes.
Proof Akakra and the an appointment.
Sven Goran Eriksson for in England and Italy and we also Cyprus Sweden.
And Sweden. He an appointment as a Black Queens coach. Be 2-3 minutes anyway. Now you move right, you know.
Chairman, I'll look at something. I don't know whether it was on the show and I saw often I'm catching so for Barcelona. Inti Alfonso Davies never played for Barcelona because I'm the first. It's because he's a Canadian. It because sometimes the bad day just saw a Liberian because of a point we had to come back. Now when you are making this appointment, this is very important. So my women football growing up, the women football team and I'm supporting Sweden. Sweden has been a women football team. Chairman, countries way, the United States of America, there's always Brazil football. They all at every level. There's Brazil, then there is Sweden, there is Norway, Germany. More there, we always know that they will be there. But the small ones, no, this Denmark, Sweden, Norway, they are women football countries. So even the big teams, no, Chairman, you check their rosters and as you check their teams, you will see that these Swiss, these Danes, these Norwegians, they are in there. The big countries in there, France, we know they are already big. But these countries are men football, powerhouses. No, they are powerhouses when it comes to women football. So, for the first time. Okay, so no, I have to the name Bonabaso. So for the second time, me Bonabaso, not because me name the Papa Webe, not because of the releases, but at least yes. So when you are making this appointment, it's very important to
where he's coming from.
How do you go and pick Evans? Me meet my country be there. Guatemala coach. On one ma football on me are there saying. Sebe unim huanka slash. Chairman so what I say. Enti pick the fact that he's a Swedish coach and me sure say no akọ periphery kaka anya sa asenka unsa market 2017 8 years ago so gusu a top notch he'll get a job there. But it doesn't mean that the experience at women football no, we can discredit it. No, I have to. So also a Scandinavian. The Scandinavians are very good when it comes to women football. So I'm very happy for the appointment. I just hope that you come and work very well. Now once I hear yeah, so appointment that like I always say, you always have to get this right. Chama I can't check Accra, but my advice I'm the man. And my football, I'm really he's very experienced. Sabi na who ask bisa o haka. Omoye on said they will do. Many mama said these people they won't do due diligence, but me sure so let's give them the benefit of the doubt. So my due diligence. Nyasa anke ati. He should just advise himself. Not say the many sexual harassment issues because I say them run more soft. If he doesn't take care, then him go say.
Okay, yes. Yumura Black Stars, you real Black Queens, Yumura Black Stars. Assistant coaches, you know, in sense of when I say, who is a utuado, and you feel but Omo Mamu utuado are successful. And the 2 assistant coaches, you know, and they are thinking of replacing them.
I do him so be this season.
Why?
So Enipan is no longer in a job and he's also bald like Utuado. Also a Sakura man. Guess.
I think
yes. The permanent assistant coach Van de Gash mo. Nyina so mo nya ade ene ekofa Reni Haka.
Yeah, for Vanestro
Mobreno. He's not in a job. Chairman Ukraine say, how is it that driver the car meet the passengers? How? Chairman Odi Chemi baby aside will be apart from Manchester United and our GFA. Young Kwani beat my BBC. Now, if we were winning and as a coach to buy an FA, who would have mentioned the assistant coaches?
Now, may I require how many assistant coaches are now more for John Pence, Ghana for kind.
Yes.
To the extent that some of the journalists, top no journalists, it be a man who say unqualified to be an assistant coach of big country like a Blaster or a Ghana, a team my friend Blasters. As a mama Blasters number and it will be an number bata because of that family and friends affair now because Ghana for Kaya Monty and they are afraid of Moon said they're not Ghana for Kano. Now for so a day, it was.
Chairman, I am going to any so of course why every day we will chastise you, and every day you are going to think Ghanaians and Pewasa administration Ghanaians a casa too much. But so the medical cano. Me I won't blame a mate or the conductor when the driver a accident. John Pencil, I liked him as a player, but he had this coming. Chairman, assistant coach is so. So I think the other time I got 1 man Lilo Pep Guardiola assistant coach, or any list one of me Ferguson assistant coach. You know, it is not you going to hide behind the coach. Somehow we see them consulting so often. Senyama Nkoya, you are the one that they fall on. John Pencil beat my catch, me say. Legon City is now not in a battle. You're the only woman so on paper too much as why you would have drawn even one. Unti your idea about football, I see it to be so basic. Some of Becca and Mikel Arteta came without experience, and now joining Pep Guardiola as an assistant coach. But Mikel Arteta, ask of the prowess I will show you when or any UEFA licensing courses. Chamas what I say.
No bobo in a way.
A fan John Pence also the never free. And maybe only group will be fairly going cities. Is that coaching? Chairman, it is quite sad that you remember BBC SE. And what is funny is that someone has to be made a scapegoat, someone has to be put, someone said has to be put on the chopping block, and on unity, or Monka Fraba, they had it coming. This lawman guy, when sure say, will handle any top side BI anywhere. So, how did he think he was going to be good enough for the Blaster job? Oh, some mentality, no moment to tell Bruce feel the African jobs are so easy. It is not true. African jobs, you have to come, be like the people, learn and become like the people, and you become an African coach. Chairman, how many times have France for try heavy renard in jobs are Anfa? Oba, he immersed himself in our culture, became like us, learned, and he has become a typical African coach. So also across other continents where he doesn't succeed. But up today, we'll be in front of Jumamano. He will come and he will win the AFCON for you right now. The same applies to Okay Otofesta and Leroy. You give them a team, they will deliver for you. They became African coach. Didier says Paul Putmo, they became African coaches. So what's your approach now, Bruni? If you understand this language, tell you what, you cannot be a coach in Africa simply because Africa might be easier to coach here. You have to be one of us. You have to become like us to be able to coach in the African system, because African football is not like the mobile way Europe.
I mean, Gideon, I never comment. They said they will kind so offer now work as him. So, unu senior brother now. Na mukona like infants kana kwafia si anazi bibisa. Makoti area. Whom are you to be blamed? And you senior brother.
Yes, then we are blaming Apala.
Young fan say driver and the mate, driver and the Chicano, and a mate in the theatre or the disca. Kana kwafia one was a blame.
The driver has made a man good advice.
See, are you telling me say Black Stars and that one? Without the instructions of a coach can these two assistants can they work?
Say everyone say Otuado be been to mean touch line.
No. I'm talking about without the instructions. So on the moment.
Yeah, what a guide you.
I did back me knowledge about football and my little knowledge about football and say about training a coach and a draw
the training
program ever. Na oba wa bekyerɛ wo hyehyɛ we
for drills we
and on one lead
the coach supervises if you know what idea cry or so accept answer
or director what you do is you chip in something oba advising to say they can no crop and
accept it
what I say and two during a match be a kokoko some of European teams and our top teams now you could see say
they consult
assistant coaches in the business touchline no more you coach in na permitting na all you ultimate sorry say head coach or no sorry command instructions
coach or my instructions yes back up kwana no me Newcastle or England home my instructions
no cry without the approval or without
the how and
yes in the ultimate sorry for penko kase oko instructed boys no abra coach na ngasa ya ma okwan ndi sa ne ma we nyina no coach na asede ndi se ka ne kopem ana nema nko ye team ma the first person was making us a scapegoat hwan
the coach
ndi why
are we shielding the coach
and I ba biblimu
ordinary assistant coach but chairman I don't pity John Pento that is my
in the x-ray say ye Ghana ye national team omudi diago na mieni no kwini
or they are clueless anyama mienu omudi agro na they are clueless
because the moment you take Otuado from the role as Blasters head coach automatically some backroom staff no are fired. Yes. I didn't know backroom staff anymore.
Yeah,
but you know the problem na kasa sebi yes we enya yefo na yare Ghana ni bia hu bi say
Otuado will never be good enough for the Blasters.
Yes. The payon for Pep Guardiola na meta.
Pep Guardiola go na assistant coach.
On the wa down for.
The desert.
Aye duma wenti mensu ya de one na go fa na be Ghana we.
And I am for identity chimra no me na. So chairman
was never up in up mam di bra.
And nipa na kora odi na chi eni nti ko fa na no ankasa sense Oja dot Majuma has he been in a job? He's a Champions League finalist, but no one is touching him. Otuado, tell you what, he's a Champions League finalist assistant coach. Who would have touched him? Obia no better Otuado if it is not Ghana. So what I say, football countries that are below us will not touch Otuado. Why are we touching him? And why are we? Yes, I'm touching as if he touch goal.
Let me say, I say, hey, looking at the pedigree of
Blasters
coach your friends
Chris
Houghton, the pedigree of this coach, and Chris Houghton at the qualifier call AFCON right. You could do AFCON and and you didn't waste just a second. You didn't waste my time. Some of such caliber of coach, our coach a lot of
again Brighton, Huddersfield.
What you say?
Norwich and Norwich, Newcastle.
We experience Bay. Profile Bay.
Very Ben on any. Chris Houghton is also a former international footballer for Ireland.
When Timon for young AFCON no akomaya that abysmal performance no by yet to Ghana has.
Yeah, Sheldon. I think he coach. National teams are want to coach so. Someone should talk to because national team entity coach so.
Because he appeared to me the end. A qualifier for World Cup and the World Cup the game he played against Germany.
Yeah, to be
and Germany match no scout and then the blaster job coaching job. Not the honor do boss at team because scout no do boss at team. Man spend just 2 seconds crowd decision making was a pamono.
Yet the one way and Chairman since 2004 I think we went to Mali 2002 and we were Bismarck.
Yes.
And I think Ghana, Nigeria 2000. Then 2004 is
2004 young qualified.
In Tunisia.
Young qualified.
Young qualified Tunisia, young qualified.
You qualify for Egypt 2
times. Since then, you qualify. So what do you see? Now in 2004, now we blast our soul mebo. Oh, by our BC. Do we waste time? Where there, it is the easiest decision. The GFA had just one job, chairman, and they failed at it. Just one job, sack the man, and they failed at it.
This uncle for you do material, you boo, you better kind of in self at you know, you locally, you know, matches ever cost. Now matches never cost. 2 matches be there, memory. Member will be 5 minutes now. They remember, but they are Canadian. Now the results na mame. Yimura Kotoko, and a Yamianka 17 VCNFC. 3:00 p.m. or Babaya Rasport Stadium, Sunday Kotoko, any vision, Mianka 17. A year you coach Akasa, a year and now Koku, a year Ajimai, Wakasa, and also mobile as an underdogs. And Omode they come with no pressure. Kotoko na pressure near the bombs, and they are coming with a lot of motivation in this year. They are coming to play against one of the biggest team in Ghana. Kotoko no motivate me enough for them to come and beat Kumazas and the Kotoko. And Gideon, how do you see that game? And here me bako me bow said they be our analysis in the Bayam Ramo Kotoko on the last 5 matches against a newly promoted side. Baba Yaras posted last 5 full matches. Kotoko I win 2 pay. Okay, Kotoko I win 2.
So if you open against okay, I'm open against Kyla, but first so much or 9 years against a division one, a newly promoted side.
This season,
yeah,
my first match,
home match,
Derby. And young apostles, and you Kotoko about draw, and the last home match on boy. What I say, and before then, almost able for quite 3-1. Now I say 2 no more winners or more winning massively because for my last 5 matches, no almost say. Team of Kutukuro has 5 goals to 1. And Omane Tamale City, something they do come time, no mobile 1-1. Our Babaya Rasport Stadium had to fly on the last season. Omane Betsy, and not the Mekaipa, and I'm Babaya Rasport Stadium 1-1. And Afi Omane Nation Safety. And when I dare go betty it,
Chairman, then I'm kind of young apostles. On first home match, this is against the promoted side.
And on the first match,
first home game.
Okay,
first home game. Some cop share Carella.
Okay, and on no born, you know, or Boissano, yeah, supposed to do. And see, nice and fast got up. I win 2 matches, and or more lose 1. And my board draw my Kumako say 2 me.
We need to MADRID 2 no lose.
I know more 1. Nations FC. Yeah. For mommy.
Okay. Chairman, it is not a bad return, but to hear the size of Kotoko, you expect that they will win all these games sometimes. Kotoko will beat Vision.
Are you sure?
Yes. I know more soft spot for Vision, but Kotoko will beat Vision. Then Chairman, I'm last 7 away or more you
Vision.
Yeah, and you are beaten too.
Yeah, bro.
So you see, some me say more the yaba. He won't make any difference. Say an assistant coach the doctor. Away black galaxies, but he wouldn't be the one to make the difference. Kumasi Asante Kotoko win on the day, and especially at their favorite stomping ground over Bayano. So I'm last league match, I'm going to draw a TNA, right? And this is a game only me said they should have won if they had taken their chances. Come beat me and they didn't win. So going into the game, they are bruised and they would want to come back. Ghana League, so someone wants the SERIE. I remember I found out on them. They now Kotoko medium boy. When Kotoko were leading by 1 goal to no Kotoko lead, they were second on the league log. So I say, what does I see, Sana? Just a draw, 2 points when you're free. It tells you Kotoko will not want to be off pace because or drop your points be hard and league in an frame before you know you were a mid-table team. Simply because you drew 2 games. So Kotoko will want to win this. Now Kotoko has firepower. Kachaman only means the first round starts here. Kabetamu anyway. Kotoko will be very worried because yes, something far went into of his chamber for so. Yes. right now there's Kwampoku who is scoring. And when Kwampoku is on form, he's as good as any Ghanaian striker that you've seen.
Yes.
Then main starting for pressure until be to say Duku any Mintasu because I'm the half no. And I'm sure maybe breaking it that I said they've been training with the team, so they will know the team now. But I feel no, but they will be coming off the bench when Kwampoku will be starting. Kotoko has firepower now, people that they can draw on, people that they can put on when Kotoko need goals, and Kotoko will be needing goals against Vision. Chairman Swati I say, and I foresee Kotoko getting those goals against Vision because Vision will not pose much of a threat. Especially when Omo traveler. One problem with new teams Omo travel and say newly promoted teams Omo travel and say the coach is just taking the pressure off his boys. But on the day, it is the boys that will be on the pitch and they will definitely have JTS.
Okay.
How many times have they played for a crowd like that? How many times have they been to the Barbara Stadium to play? Some of them, yes, meaning summer boy inter colleges, a soccer competition. So some of them have played at the Barbara Stadium before. But how many times have they played against Kumasi Asante Kotoko? It will be a very stern test. They will have to fall on the experience of that is an all worker more the coach Nankasani experience.
Yeah, my prediction and I
say Kotoko.
Kotoko
to win. Maybe by a 2-0 victory or a 3-0, a 3-1 victory, something like that.
Okay, Raul of a game or Kosama boy, one is a match.
And
you hear almost 4 matches.
They've never lost to us.
Masha has too.
Yeah, they've never lost to us. Yes, lose to us. Yes. So at a very stern test, say has a call Summer Boy. This is a game. Samates, they are not the Samates we've known from especially from last. Let me not go back to 2 seasons ago because 2 seasons ago now they were not as winsome as they were last season. So Samates is not the same Samates we knew from last season. But Christopher Nisewaba, this is his first game in charge, especially playing against Accra House of Folk. He is motivated to win. Now he's playing against Abubakar after the Accra House of Kumasi Asante Kotoko game no, while rallying the troops no, and they are beating everybody. Since there's some more draw, almost show and right now they have come back and usurp Kotoko. It must have been to Kotoko league table so Christopher Nin, he said now Opeso Shaka House of Folk, then he has to up his game. He has to do something differently. Something no dinama do not onye. He has to do it so in order to get to get the opportunity to beat Accra House of Folk. And this is a game I foresee a very compact game, but if I predict a victory, I predict it for Accra House of Folk and Abaka.
Okay, now is Kotoko against Vision Kotoko winning.
Then House of Folk.
Samatex against Accra House of Folk winning. Yeah. You're going to Atreman against Karola United.
So Atreman Yamanko or Karola Sunyamanko. As a woo. So don't do a Yakofa Karola. Yes. And then so Atreman coach Yawacha step aside. One step aside. I think there's a game looking more like a draw than a win for any of them.
Okay. Bazaki Woolly Stars and the Adriana FC.
Adriana FC. What did Shuba Aristica Kwaka is a good coach. But Oba you see and said that 10 times and Okwawe right to Holy Stars. Holy Stars are newly promoted. So by Adriana this is you can't trust them against any team.
Holy Stars also know you coach you. Got a former assistant coach.
Yeah, Ghazali. They definitely do.